shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
I'm tracking pleasant conditions again for this afternoon, but cooler weather is on the way. Coming up, I'll let you know when we could see temperatures in the 40s.
And no winner. More money on the line. The Powerball jackpot is now the largest of this year. We have a look at the numbers and where the jackpot stands ahead of tomorrow's drawing. Away we go once again, over $1 billion by a lot now. I'm Jeff Hogan. Welcome to your Tuesday.
And I'm Renee Chu. Great to have you with us. I'm feeling like we have jackpot weather, though. Yesterday was gorgeous. We're going to keep it going today.
We're winning.
Yeah, Peta Sherwood. In for Elizabeth this morning. Peta, another gorgeous day ahead.
It is going to be amazing outside, especially for some outdoor activities to go for a walk, or even if you want to go for a run this morning, we have running weather in place. This is a live look at North Hills, and it is quiet out there for this morning. We now have temperatures in the 60s. It's a little bit milder in the Triangle right now compared to yesterday morning, but overall it's nice. 56 degrees in Southern Pines and 59 for Rocky Mount. For the afternoon, expect mostly sunny conditions once again. We are going to climb into the upper 70s by the lunch hour. 82 will be the afternoon high. Coming up, I'm going to show you when a push of cooler air will move in and bring us a nice taste of fall for the season.
Thanks, Peta. Now to breaking news. We're following in Fayetteville. An early morning shooting has left a man dead. Brett Neese is in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. And Brett, what else are you able to learn from investigators?
Yeah, Renee, this also has to do with a carjacking that happened over off of B Street. That scene now clear at this point. So I want to get you right to this video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker to show you what it looked like. This is around 12:30 this morning when this all happened, according to police. They say a man drove to this area in a white Dodge Challenger Hellcat that had a black hood. When he got there, somebody approached him and held him at gunpoint, demanding the keys. That man then shot the guy that was driving that Hellcat and sped off in his car. There's also a possibility that there's another victim involved in this. Sadly, the man that was driving that car that was shot, he was taken to the hospital where he later died. We're working to learn what his name is, as well as if police have identified who that person was that carjacked him, and if there is that second victim in all of this. So a lot of details still to come out of this scene here in Fayetteville. As soon as we get those updates, we'll pass them along. Live in Fayetteville, Brett Neese, WRAL News.
A 17-year-old is in the hospital after a shooting at a Raleigh apartment complex, and police are working to find that shooter. Police remained on the scene until nearly 2 this morning. The shooting happened just after 6:30 last night on North New Hope Road. A witness who spoke to WRAL said he described what he heard, and the teen who was shot was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. We are working to learn what led up to that shooting.
Police in Ashe County want to know who put a pipe bomb onto a road in Nashville. NC 58 was closed for hours yesterday after the device was found in the road. Officers blocked the area off and told people who live nearby to stay away. The SBI used a robot to remove the device and take it to a safe place to detonate it. No one was hurt, but the entire situation left people who live nearby unnerved.
I think it's crazy. It's like, why on earth would somebody want to be putting a pipe bomb at the front of our subdivision? I just, I can't even think that it's real. It just doesn't feel real.
The road reopened around 10 last night. Police in Nashville are working to find out who was responsible.
Today, Wake County school leaders will vote on whether students as young as second grade can walk to school unsupervised. A school principal would be allowed to say no, but parents could sign a waiver allowing the students to walk anyway. Right now, there's no default permission. That means a principal can bar students from walking and parents can't do anything about it. Tonight's board meeting will get started at 5:30.
Happening today, Durham police plan to get out into the community to make connections and promote anti-violence during National Night Out. This is the 40th year for the national observance. Neighborhoods, businesses, and other groups are encouraged to support today's events. More than 50 neighborhoods have registered to host block parties, cookouts, youth activities, and anti-crime campaigns. Durham Mayor Pro Tem Mark Anthony Middleton says this is an important event to build trust.
So often there's so much fear that the police won't take us seriously, fear that the police will release our name, fear that there'll be retribution or retaliation from folk in the community. Snitches get stitches. Events like National Night Out help to build the fabric of trust.
Durham's National Night Out events run from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m.
A Texas congressman is okay this morning after he was the victim of an armed carjacking in Washington, D.C. Henry Cuellar's chief of staff says the Democratic congressman was approached by 3 armed people as he was parking his car around 9:30 last night. Those people stole Cuellar's car. D.C. police and Capitol Police worked together to track the car down. There's no word on whether any arrests have been made.
The U.S. House could vote as early as today on whether Kevin McCarthy should remain in his role as Speaker. You're looking live at the Capitol building in D.C., where Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz has triggered that vote. Gaetz filed the resolution last night, 2 days after McCarthy worked with Democrats to avoid a government shutdown. Gaetz had warned he would try to remove McCarthy as Speaker if that happened, saying he violated an agreement that he made with the GOP's conservative flank. If all House Democrats voted to remove McCarthy, Gaetz would need just 4 other Republicans to oust McCarthy.
Well, I have enough Republicans where at this point next week, one of 2 things will happen. Kevin McCarthy won't be the Speaker of the House, or he'll be the Speaker of the House working at the pleasure of the Democrats. And I'm at peace with either result because the American people deserve to know who governs them.
On social media, McCarthy simply replied, "Bring it on." The House must vote on the resolution by tomorrow.
People in the town of Lucama are seeing a big spike in their electricity bills. Some say they've even doubled. WRAL was in the room when people asked the town leaders for answers. Diane Newsom, the town administrator, says people in that town needed to raise the electric rate by 15% to cover a $670,000 deficit for electricity. Newsom said the town would absorb the 10% and the residents would pay 5%. The town couldn't afford the cost, so people who live there saw another hike.
I mean, I don't understand how your light bill can go from $176 to $442.
Can't explain, oh, it's a hot month or your AC's running or whatever to all these people.
Officials say the town recently replaced the meters and has been investigating claims that they are reading incorrectly. After the public hearing ended with no clear solution, the people held an impromptu meeting outside and they said they would take their complaints to the State Regulatory Commission.
We now have the largest Powerball jackpot of the year. No one won last night's drawing, so it is now an estimated $1.2 billion. And of course, it's going to grow even more as everyone rushes to buy tickets. Last night's winning numbers, 12, 26, 27, 43, and 47. The Powerball was 5. Power Play was 2. The next drawing is tomorrow night, right here on WRAL. If you win, your cash value is a little more than $550 million, making it the 3rd largest in Powerball history. Good luck. Former President Donald Trump says his fraud trial is a scam. Up next, why he's remaining defiant this morning as he and his adult children wait to be called to the stand in the $250 million case.
Plus, why NBC is giving Taylor Swift a big thank you after Sunday night's football game.
And you're looking live right now at Carolina Beach. Meteorologist Peter Sherwood is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center tracking what we can expect today.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
Welcome back, everyone. As we take a live look at Pinehurst this morning from the Pinehurst Resort and Country Club, we have quiet conditions going on out there in Moore County. As you can see here, we have temperatures that are in the 50s there in Moore County, but in some other spots, we're seeing readings in the 60s. Not too bad out the door in Fayetteville at 61, Southern Pines at 56, and then 62 out there in Durham, 59 for Rocky Mount. This is perfect running weather, especially if you want to head out this morning and get some fresh air. We are going to see sunshine throughout the day and temperatures will hold steady in the 80s by the afternoon. Coming up, I'm going to show you when morning lows will drop into the 40s.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, some scary news out of Florida this morning. 2 juveniles are in the hospital after a shooting that broke out at a football practice. This happened there last night. According to authorities, 3 juveniles got into a fight on the field while they were practicing. They say that's when one of the juveniles went to their car, got a gun, and started shooting at the other 2 in the parking lot. This all happened just north of Orlando. One of the juveniles was struck in the arm. The other was hit in the torso. The 2 injured were taken to a hospital. They are in stable condition, and the suspect was detained by police.
Former President Donald Trump's fraud trial continues today, and this morning he remains defiant as he and his children wait to be called to the witness stand. It's a live look outside Trump Tower in New York, where this fraud lawsuit could cost him control of that property and some other possessions as well. Trump says this fraud case is a scam, and after leaving the courtroom on Monday, he maintained he's done nothing wrong. The $250 million lawsuit brought by New York Attorney General alleges that Trump, his company, and his 2 adult sons misrepresented his net worth to the tune of billions. This trial is expected to last more than 2 months, right up until the Friday before Christmas.
And now to the General Assembly, where Republican lawmakers are expected to overturn 2 vetoes issued by Governor Roy Cooper. The bills vetoed by Cooper both loosen environmental regulations on businesses. Cooper calls them threats to the environment and to efforts to fight climate change. Proponents say they reduce the regulatory burden on North Carolina businesses. Cooper's vetoes are unlikely to stick, as the Republican-led legislature has overturned all of his vetoes this year.
Wake County leaders are setting aside millions of dollars to fund new affordable housing in Raleigh. The Board of Commissioners approved funding the 919 at Crosslink development near the intersection of Crosslink and Rock Quarry Roads. The county is committing $3 million to the $43 million project. It includes 142 units, affordable to families earning between 30% to 70% of the area's median income of $117,000. Rent ranges from $637 to $2,062 a month. Wake County's Deputy Director of Housing says it was important to ensure this development is affordable to a mix of incomes.
This is a national crisis, right? And I think that people who did not traditionally think that they would be in need of affordable housing are now in that need because the market has stretched so much.
The county hopes this development will have a groundbreaking next year.
Don't panic when your phone and other devices in the room start sounding off tomorrow. The federal government is planning a nationwide test of the emergency alert system. It is set for 2:20 p.m. It may sound like an Amber Alert on your phone. You should also receive a test saying it is only a test.
Wake County Public Schools' newest leader spent his first day on the job visiting students. Robert Taylor met with students and staff at Rollsville Elementary School yesterday, part of his 100-day plan as he gets started. He took a 20-minute tour and then went to 3 classrooms. Afterward, Taylor talked about supporting universal breakfast, tackling some of the district's biggest obstacles relating to existing facilities and vacancies. WRAL asked how he'd approach those challenges.
We have HVAC issues, situations with buses change all the time because we don't have personnel. And so to me, it is how we adjust to things that change so very quickly. And if we have the capacity to adjust to that change, that is, I think, the greatest challenge.
Taylor says he wants to visit every school and hear from teachers and principals.
A Wake County EMS program that prepares people for jobs as paramedics is getting national recognition. We're talking about the Wake County Emergency Medical Services Internal Paramedic Program. This is video of the program's recent training exercise. It's now the first EMS system in our state to receive national accreditation from the Commission on Accreditation of Allied Health Education Programs. This places Wake County among the elite programs in the field of out-of-hospital education. Are you tired of hearing about Taylor Swift and football? Well, chances are you're not, and neither is your teenager. New data from NBC this morning shows the Chiefs-Jets thriller, attended by Swift on Sunday, is the most watched Sunday show since the Super Bowl in February. There was a surge of more than 2 million female viewers, including a 53% surge among teenage girls. NBC leaned into Swift cheering on a rumored boyfriend, Travis Kelce, as they showed the pop singer during the game no fewer than 17 times.
Not just TV.
Every expression documented.
Yeah, and not just TV. A lot of folks in the stadium had never been to an NFL game before, didn't know what the game's all about, but they knew that Taylor was there. That's it. Peta Sherwood is here. She is over in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now. Same star power, Peta, I think.
Listen, this high pressure system is the star of the show here in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. We're going to see a lot of sunshine today. It is going to be a nice one. With this high pressure in control, most of the U.S. in the eastern half dealing with some warm temperatures and portions of the Midwest dealing with some record highs. For us, our temperatures are going to be a little bit above normal for this time of the year. We should typically be at 78 degrees, and we're going to see a high of 82 today. It's going to feel nice out there into Wednesday and Thursday, highs ranging in the lower 80s. Let me show you here. This is very interesting because we are getting into that time of the year where if you are not staying tuned to the forecast, you could be caught off guard, especially with cooler temperatures there. We have this front that's going to move in on Friday, and take a look at what's going to happen behind it. A blast of cool air will move in from the Midwest into the Southeast. That will drop temperatures into the 60s for Sunday. Now, our morning temperatures are going to be chilly over several days. Sunday morning, we'll wake up to 49 degrees. Monday morning, 69. Tuesday morning, looking at a low of 49. We have this ridge that is over our region. That is why it's so warm. But take a look at that. Temperatures are going to fall well below normal as we head into the weekend and the beginning of next week. So get ready for it. Know where those boots are. Know where those cute fall jackets are, because we are going to get a nice taste of that moving in by the weekend. As we take a live look outside in Raleigh this morning, we are seeing clear conditions, 62 degrees. It feels nice out the door. If you're heading out to school, grab that light jacket. It'll come in handy for this morning. But this afternoon, you won't need it, as we are going to see those high temperatures climb into the 80s. So check this out. Around lunchtime, we'll be at 78 degrees. Perhaps walking home from school, 81, 82 degrees today. As we take a look at our temperatures around town, we are going to see a sea of 80s, 84 in Fayetteville, 81 in Rocky Mount, and 82 degrees in Southern Pines. It's going to be a very similar day compared to yesterday. So we're in the 80s over the next 3 days or so. Then 78 degrees with the front moving in. There's a small chance of a few passing showers, and then temperatures are going to crash into the upper 60s and the lower 70s as we head into the beginning of next week.
Millions of Americans are back to paying their student loans after a 3-year pause. Up next, what you need to watch for to make sure you're not giving money to scammers who are trying to take advantage of you.
And a dog caught on camera driving. You'll want to stick around for this one.
Welcome back. It is 4:54 as we take a look at downtown Raleigh live. A beautiful start to our Tuesday morning. It's going to feel nice too, sunny and low of 80-some degrees. Cybersecurity experts are warning you to be on alert. Scammers are trying to get a piece of the $1.7 trillion owed by student loan borrowers across the country as payments resume this month. Scammers may contact you with offers to help with that debt, offers that seem too good to be true. It's all in an effort to get you to give away vital personal information.
In particular, your financial information, things that can be used to siphon your money. And unfortunately, Americans are falling for this kind of stuff because 1 in 7 Americans have a student loan.
Experts say it's important to do your homework, and services that help with lowering your monthly payment, changing your repayment plan, or consolidating your loans are all available for free.
Well, think about this. If you look beside you while you're driving, you see a dog in the driver's seat in the car next to you. That was a reality in Slovakia. This picture is going viral. It looks like someone's dog is behind the wheel of a speeding car. Police shared the traffic camera photo, and they say the human driver was fined and cited. Someone on social media wrote, "That dog likely drives better than most people." I don't know how you pull that off.
I don't know. I keep looking past the dogs like, is there a driver there? I mean, the driver claims the dog, jumped into his lap, but I don't know. Police say there wasn't, they looked on all the video and they couldn't see a human in there.
Yeah, so the ticket was given. Some were hiding down in there, having a little fun with their driving mates.
Yeah, quite the image there. Has your new iPhone been overheating? Well, you're not alone. Apple says it's working to fix issues for its 15 models. It says a bug in iOS 17 could be a factor. It plans to address that problem with an update. Apple also says some third-party apps can cause overheating because they overload the system. And get this, they include Instagram and Uber. The good news is Apple says the heat won't affect the long-term performance of your phone.
Coming up next at 5, we have breaking news in Fayetteville. One man is dead after he was shot during a carjacking. What we are learning about the incident as police investigate.
Plus, relief this morning for a New York family after their daughter disappeared on their camping trip and was found alive. How a ransom note found at the family's home led police to find the 9-year-old girl.
And an urgent warning about probiotic babies received in the hospital. How it could be harmful, even deadly for babies.